Man, yesterday was a very emotional day. I don't know about you guys, but my emotions were all over the place. I was alternating between feelings of outrage and feelings of despair, feelings of sadness and feelings of extreme concern. I know I'm not alone when I say this. I know I am speaking for my entire audience when I say that I have been looking forward to yesterday morning for weeks now. Since early August, my mornings have been empty. I've been going through withdrawals. I've missed being entertained. I've been missing the daily lectures on how I was born with the horrific disease of toxic masculinity. It has been weeks since I have been entertained by another painfully boring, incoherent rant about Donald Trump. Orange Man, no bueno. The inside of my studio, it has been dark without the radiance of sun hosting. It's like the hairs in my nose have been fertilized, they're growing out of control. I am in desperate need of my daily dose of hair removal courtesy of the toxic mouth farts from my favorite yentas on The View. I wake up yesterday morning. I am filled with excitement. I go get my coffee, I get home, turn my TV directly to ABC. The anticipation was building, my hand placed firmly on my wanker, as I am waiting to see the miracles that plastic surgeons were able to perform in the last 5 weeks. Suddenly, the music hits. The lonely women in the studio audience, they are on their knees, ready to worship their chosen yenta. One by one, the beautiful women of The View take the stage. Big Red with the bobblehead, Joy Behar, mesmerizes the audience with the strength of her shoulders carrying that Thunderdome. Sun Hostin looking radiant as ever. AFG, Alyssa the Farrah Griffin, coming straight out of acting school, where she was taught how to act like a normal person when she's really a card-carrying member of Woke United Methodist. There were 2 other unknown women there. Their names escape me at this moment. Andy Navarro, Smiling Susie. Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter what their name is. But something was missing. Something wasn't right. Yesterday morning, it was the season premiere of The View on ABC, season number 27 of Huge Embarrassing Failure. As the ladies took their seat, there was a noticeable omission. The familiar sound of fresh flatulence was missing. Hell is the whoopee cushion? I have been waiting for weeks, to be reunited with my beauty queen. I have been waiting for weeks to hear the toxic thunder that escapes the cushion. Luckily, though, Big Red, she was cognizant enough to realize that we needed an explanation here. I mean, rumors were circulating this summer that Whoopi the Goldberg would not be returning for season 27 of The View. ABC barely featured Whoopi Goldberg in their video promo. I didn't like that. That triggered feelings of despair. You don't play with a man's emotions like that. Just look at how it affects Ryan Clark at ESPN. After weeks of missing the toxic flatulence, Whoopi Goldberg failed to show up to work on the first day. Why? Did she borrow an excuse from Shannon Sharp? Hey, it's me, Shay Shay. Did she borrow an excuse from Shay and call in emotional? Was she participating in the ongoing writer's strike and using that as an excuse to not show up to work while still getting paid? Perhaps she was running a bit late. Maybe she got caught up at the gas station refilling her toxic tank with fresh fuel. No, and no. According to Big Red Joy Behar, there is a valid reason that Whoopi Goldberg failed to show up on the first day of work. The cushion needs our prayers. We need to bow to the woke oak tree and pray for a speedy recovery from a disease that dangerously infects millions of people every year. Well, KC, did the Whoopi cushion catch a bad case of the woke fungus? Well, of course, but she's been infected with the fungus for years now. That doesn't cause her to miss work. The only side effects are states of delusion and uncontrollable flatulence. I'm going to let Big Red explain why our beloved Whoopi abandoned us yesterday for the season premiere. But before we get into that explanation, let's get to the sponsor for today's video, my friends over at America Rising Coffee. If you're anything like me, you cannot start your day without coffee. I can't start my morning or my afternoon without my cup of coffee. Now, I am notoriously picky. When I first linked up with America Rising, I got to admit, I was very skeptical. I didn't think it was possible for another brand of coffee to supersede my preferred brand, but America Rising did exactly that. To their credit, They remain true to their slogan, awake, not woke, which I think is absolutely brilliant. This is some of the best coffee I have ever had, and it gives me the energy I need to start my day. This is also some of the purest coffee that I've ever drank, and there's a reason for that. America Rising, they have personal relationships with their farmers. These beans are hand picked. This is not machine processed garbage. Also, if you purchase coffee through America Rising, you can rest assured that your money, it is not going to be wasted being donated to Woke United Methodist. A portion of all proceeds are donated to Dog Tag Buddies, which links up military veterans suffering through PTSD with the service dogs that they need. Now, me personally, I went with the French roast right back here, but there are plenty of other flavors for you to choose from. Head over to AmericaRisingCoffee.com or click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL10023 to receive 10% off your first order today with America Rising. All right. I'm going to let Big Red take it from here. When the show opened yesterday morning, our plastic beauties on The View, they were absolutely mesmerized. They could not believe how much everything had changed. Not only was the set brand new, so were the faces. Same names, different faces. Clearly, the plastic surgeon of Joy Behar, he was working overtime throughout the summer. They have managed to make an 80-year-old woman look like a 40-year-old 40-year-old woman, I guess. I don't know. I'll let you decide. All I know is Big Red no longer has the ability to make facial expressions. Listen as Joy Behar explains the absence of Whoopi Goldberg. Pay very close attention to the reaction from the lonely women in the audience. Watch for yourself.
Whoopi is not here. She has COVID. Yes, it's back. It's back.
It's back.
But she's on the mend. She's on the tail end, and she'll probably be back this week. But I'm sorry she's not here.
Oh no, it's worse than I thought. It's not Hodgkin's. It's not the woke fungus. It's not the bruised caboose. It's the COVID. It goes without saying that we all wish Whoopi Goldberg a speedy recovery. I don't want anyone to be sick, but here's the thing. Did we really need the dramatics? Did we really need a full explanation and the overreaction from a crowd of lonely women? Let me ask you something. When you call in sick to your job, does your employer broadcast your illness to your colleagues? If Whoopi Goldberg had the common cold, would Big Red have said, "The Whoopster's not here today, she's got the cold"? This was calculated. This was done on purpose to push a narrative. I spend every day reading the mainstream media. You know how often I have heard about the COVID this year? Almost never. Hell, the past 3 months, all the media has been talking about is this thing called climate change. The damn season changes to summer, and I'm reading every day about the upcoming catastrophe that never seems to happen. Oh, if the temperature rises another 2 degrees, our bruised buns will be toasted. No amount of preparation H will soothe our rectal pain. Well, the temperature did rise this summer, just like it does every summer, and I will give them credit. This summer was hot as fuck. It was absolutely miserable, but the only catastrophe in my life was my power bill. I didn't walk outside and immediately melt next to the wicked wig of the woke Joy Reid. Now that the season's changing to fall, the media has found a new danger. It's one of their all-time favorites, the classic, the COVID. Over the last few weeks, the mainstream media, they have been trying their best to bring back the Fauci. Over the weekend, New York City, they encouraged their residents to dust off the mask for Labor Day weekend. Now, it wasn't mandated. It was requested, encouraged maybe, but it's strange. I did not see any mask on the set of The View yesterday morning. If masks should be mandated anywhere, it should be on The View. Please cover these faces. Let these beauties breathe their own toxic mouth farts. Now, did you see the excitement on Big Red's face when she made that announcement? The COVID is back. Woohoo! Who gets excited about that? Just like we have talked about before, these people are absolutely miserable. Just because they are wealthy financially, that does not mean they are wealthy emotionally. One thing all miserable shitfucks have in common, they all spread their misery. The happiest I have ever seen members of Woke United Methodist, that was during the lockdowns. They were absolutely thrilled. They had finally found a way to make normal people just as miserable as they are. The entertainment, though, the entertainment offered by the Yentas yesterday morning, it got even better. First, we were treated to a very passionate woke hug between the two unknown women. And I'm going to spare you the agony of being exposed to that. But Big Red, she then shifted the conversation to a topic that was sure to generate plenty of interest: cups and hideous shirts. Watch for yourself.
And then we have these new mugs done by... These have been done by Anthony Karen, who's in our audience. I really like these a lot. I love these. I think they're great.
They're great.
My God, your jacket is all of us. You don't get pelted when you walk down the street.
You're safe in New York.
Is that us? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
that's us.
Oh, my God.
You don't recognize you?
I just realized it. I don't see me, though. It's fine.
You might not want to walk
Oh,
into...
there I am.
there you are.
There I am.
Anthony, sweetheart, let me give you a pro tip. Do not walk into a Trump rally with that.
First of all, Andy Navarro, that is not a jacket. That's called a shirt. Number two, Big Red. She was complaining that her Thunderdome wasn't featured on the shirt with the other Yentas. Well, no shit. You couldn't fit that massive head on a medium-sized shirt. You could barely fit that Thunderdome on the Lizzo's bedsheet. For the first time ever, there was actually some good advice given by the beauties on The View. Andy Navarro said, "Don't walk into a Trump rally with that shirt on." Yeah. I wouldn't walk into my living room with that shirt on. Who in their right mind would wear a damn shirt that featured the leadership of Club Yenta? I wouldn't wear a shirt that had the face of Drew Brees on it. I like Drew Brees. He's obviously one of my favorite athletes, but I don't want his face on my chest. I hope, what was that dude's name? Keegan, or whatever the hell that dude's name was. I hope he's not planning to get rich by selling those shirts. He'd have a better chance at selling Jamel Hill's memoir. I know I'm not their target demographic. I know The View doesn't cater to men who keep their lemons, but there's other shows on TV where I'm not the target demo, but I understand why the show appeals to women. My girlfriend, for example, she loves The Real Housewives. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Housewives of New York City, Housewives of Cleveland, where all the wives are married to guardians. Location doesn't matter. She's going to watch the show. But I understand why it's appealing to her. Grown women arguing over makeup, grown women arguing over men or children. Hell, grown women arguing. Women eat that shit up. They enjoy watching other people's fake drama. I understand the appeal. What I don't understand is why women watch The View. What is appealing about this show? It's painfully boring. I mean, Joy Behar is funny looking, but a terrible comedian. Sun hosts and is there for radiance and diversity. Alyssa the Farrah Griffin plays the role of fake conservative. The other two women, they are completely useless. You could remove them from the show. I don't think anyone would notice. And the only thing entertaining about Whoopi Goldberg is her inability to control her farts. And I'm not making that up. There have been several instances in the past where Whoopi hikes her leg and shares her aroma live on the air. But there's only so many times that can happen before it stops being entertaining. Eventually, you just get used to the smell. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand the appeal of this show. Maybe you can tell me. What is so appealing about this garbage? Also, what did you think of Joy Behar and her excitement that, I guess, the Covey is back? Do you think the mainstream media is pushing for the return of the Covey? You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I appreciate all of your support. I really do. It's a tough time right now for content creators here on YouTube. There just doesn't seem to be any consistency. One day you're riding high, the next you're setting lows, and everyone's being affected by it. Now, there's no reason to panic. Things will return to normal eventually, but as a content creator, the only thing that you can rely on during tough times like this is the dedication of your audience. I cannot tell you how much your support means to me. I appreciate you guys showing up twice every day. You guys are the reason that the peaks of this channel get larger and larger when things do eventually return to normal. The algorithm, it tends to push channels that are supported by their base audience. So, thank you. Thank you. Keep commenting, keep sharing the videos. I promise you, your support does not go unnoticed. I know it's been a while since I've expressed my gratitude, but trust me, I notice your support. All right, I'll see you guys this afternoon.